Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos. Last time around, Big Girls Don't Cry. Chris joined an acting class. It was acting for writers, and he was trying to write better. And he actually kind of got into it a little bit. He actually was able to do a very emotional scene. And then in the next exercise that they did, he just beat the shit out of someone. So he's having some conflicts, definitely. Meanwhile, Dr. Melfi contacted Tony and was like, yo, I'm ready to take you back. And for better or for worse, they are now back doing therapy together. That doesn't sound like a thing, like a phrase, but here we are. In terms of the other stuff, I don't fully remember. Pussy is realizing that he is now low on the totem pole in the whole hierarchy. Paulie and Silvio are the, I guess, first lieutenants of Tony, and then another level down you get Pussy and Furio, who's also over too. And that was pretty much that. If there's other stuff, I just simply don't remember it at this moment. So, yeah. So, with that said, why don't we just go ahead and jump right into this episode of The Sopranos. Here we go.
Our undergrad student body at Brown only numbers about 6,000 people.
Minecraft.
That's from every state in this country.
So who do you like?
Oh, no, that guy from Bowdoin seems to be making some sense, I guess.
Well, I'm in the game tonight.
Oh!
Oh, Artie's here
You
too.
guys want to be alone? I saw that refreshment table out there. I knew you'd be lurking around here somewhere.
I don't know how he's getting roped into this shit.
Charmaine's no fool. She knows one of yours threw your dell in the right mouth, and her daughter can go anywhere she wants to go.
So far, the janitor's the only one going near them.
Well, that's a nice career path for a young lady.
Fuck you.
Want to go get one of them belly bombs?
Have I said fuck you yet?
Meh.
I heard through the grapevine that you're taking over your uncle's game. You're not a big one.
Grapevine. You know, if you listen
Oh, there's some
close to
talkative
those
grapes.
songs, believe them.
You know how many jockstraps I sold last week?
Not enough for this game, okay? Forget it.
Meh.
Do you want to tell me what you're thinking?
Believe me, you don't want to know.
I mean,
You
how
know
bad
what I'm
can it
thinking?
be?
Seriously? I'm thinking I'd like to take a brick and smash your fucking face in a fucking hamburger.
Okay.
Okay. The episode just started, man. What happened?
I know I broke your coffee table, and it's not gonna happen again.
Yeah, we'll see how the season goes.
You asked me how I'm feeling. I tell you how I'm feeling, and now you're gonna torture me with it. I don't know who the fuck I'm angry at. I'm just angry. Okay?
Okay, then.
And what the fuck am I here?
To deal with the
I even
anger.
asked to come back. You know the type. He's always fucking whistling, like the happy fucking wanderer.
Meh.
And I just want to go up to him, and I just want to rip his throat open. I want to fucking grab him and pummel him right there for no reason. Why should I give a shit if a guy's got a clear head? I should say, I salute. Good for you.
Meh.
Sometimes I resent you making me a victim. That's all.
I make you feel like
Okay.
a victim.
Yeah. Remember the first time I came here? I said, the kind of man I admire is Gary Cooper, the strong, silent type. And how all Americans, all they're doing is crying and confessing and complaining. A bunch of fucking pussies. Fuck them. And now I'm one of them. A patient.
Your parents made it impossible for you to experience joy.
Yeah, see? There you go again.
You said yourself you're not the happy wanderer.
Well, I'm more like one of those assholes than I am the fucking jerk-offs and douchebags I see leaving this office.
Meh.
Made of sunlight, moonlight.
Well,
Yeah.
we have our work cut out for us.
Oh shit, come on, that's not fair. Not only is she great, she speaks German. That ain't fair.
They don't make him like Johnny. And keep in mind that he paid the freight for your Uncle Eckley up on arm. That was a major fucking nut.
Oh? What the fuck is Eckel?
And forget it. Keep thinking you know everything.
Fuck you, fuck Eckel. I don't got time for the shit.
He was my younger brother. He was between me and your father in age. His name was Eckley. Your father may had a brother you didn't know about, because it was different in those days. Mother and father didn't even speak the language. They couldn't take care of a kid like that. But God bless your grandmother. She went to every charity home in this fucking state till she found one that she felt would take good care of her.
What are you saying? He was...
Why don't you go fuck yourself? He was slow.
I remember my mother and my father arguing about something, I don't know, and she kept talking about my father's feeble-minded brother, but I always thought she meant you.
Meh. Thanks. Ass. Well, it's gonna be a hell of a therapy session when we get back.
Can I help you with something, sir?
It's no problem. I just got caught a little off guard this month. You know, I took a second on the house, didn't calculate it into my budgets. No big.
No good, Davey.
It's just a stutter step. Like I said, it's no big.
Difference gets tacked onto the principal. You know that.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't take
This is gonna look fucking familiar. I've watched this show too much. It's dragging out every F-bomb I can come with.
Guy hands you a live envelope. It's just the beginning.
Nah.
Nothing personal.
This is like the absolute
but
wrong
I
guy
know.
to do this with. Oh. No wonder, is that Robert Patrick? No wonder, his face was driving me crazy. I was like, I've seen that before. Yeah, okay.
This guy for real or what? We're fucking piss boys? Come on, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes, you're the piss boys.
Macanudos, you want one?
Go ahead, take a walk.
Don't let him scare you. He's not really a nasty fuck. He's an incredibly nasty fuck.
Hey,
Meh.
chairboy of the board.
Was that Frank Sinatra Jr. in there?
Yeah. It's a friend of my uncle's. He flies in.
Wow. This
Damn.
really is an
Frank
executive
Sinatra
game.
Jr.
I didn't really expect a gamble night.
You need 5 G's just to sit in this game.
Oh, come on. Can't you float me? You know, short term.
Davey, don't say short if you don't mean short. Whole kidding aside.
You're already
You
short.
understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, of course. Hey, you don't have to explain business to me.
You know what's weird? It's like I could see Robert Patrick. Now I don't see Robert Patrick in him.
Get a broom and sweep up some of that shit over there, especially on the Sylvia, all right?
They must have put the horns on me. Barry King's bets.
What's the bet?
800.
I'm assuming these boys aren't fucking
The
anything
fuck
up.
could you possibly have?
What the fuck are you doing?
Sil, take it easy.
I'm losing my balls over here. This fucking moron's playing Hazel. Get the fuck out of here. I was just trying to sweep the cheese away from
Why?
Why now?
800.
Call.
Hey, why don't you go
Fucking-
fix a fucking dick or whatever the fuck it is you do? Hey, Dr.
Fucking
Free.
laughing.
You know,
You slow rolled me. The fuck were you doing in that hand?
his money's good. He wants to sell. It's his business.
Fuck you two. I should stay with my guma tonight. Hey, cheese fuck. Get me some food.
Boy, never play a game with Silvio. I do like that at least it wasn't the kid's fault. Tony told him to do it. It's just not the time.
Hunter just called me and told me Rachel Weisz got an early acceptance to Wesleyan.
And you didn't expect it?
No.
No. Think about it. Did you ever see her mom?
Please, I'm blacker than her mother.
Yeah, well.
Wait, Rachel Weisz, the actor Rachel Weisz, or... Jesus, is this still going?
How we doing?
Slowing down.
Oh, see if they want to close the lights.
Who's got the fucking stamina?
Look at this fucking lineup.
Oh shit, Richie's here.
Let me fucking embarrass you. Outside now, I want to talk. Christopher, got everybody a drink? I'll be right back.
That's it. Cash me out.
He's
Come on,
out of there.
Frank.
Let him pay me my money. Send them out.
Go home, Richie. This ain't gonna happen to one of my players.
Fucking... Richie's eyes are crazy, man.
Everything all right?
Alright, now I'm going to beat his ass.
Listen, Tony, I had a good run there for a while. I should have quit then, though, huh?
You shouldn't have been in the game in the first place, man.
You never told me how you...
You fucking believe it? We now run the executive game.
Oh, yeah.
So you remember when me and you used to look through that crack in that painted door? When my old man and Uncle Junior had it? Yeah, I remember. Junior was a fucking prick even then. He'd come out, he'd chase us down the street.
He did not get a lot of sleep last night, did he?
Trying to get some sleep. I've been working all night. How you doing, Eric?
Pretty good.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Yep. Pretty good bass playing.
Are you awake now?
Yeah.
Good. Close the door.
Hey! Where's your mother?
The store.
The only store in New Jersey?
Uncle Tom's father died.
This gust of wind comes. Knocks him off the roof.
Oh.
How old?
65. Guy works his whole life, takes care of his family, does the right thing. One day after he retires. One day.
Now that you found out that you have a family member, do you feel better about coming here?
What?
Is it permissible now? Is it enough of a sad tragedy that you can join the rest of the douchebags?
Okay. Olivia's here. And Janice. God, I forgot they existed for a second.
I'm sorry about blowing up in your game.
You're really apologizing.
You had a line. What am I supposed to do with you?
What?
Back off and respect the title, you fucking jerk off.
It's your ball. You make the rules.
Oh. I don't make them. They've always been there. Now you get this.
Tony put me back in action. He gave me 50 G's to put out on the street. What is that? Nothing?
Please. My father was in Tony's position. He gave Romeo Martin $50,000 when he got out of jail. Now we're talking about 30 years ago. 30 years ago. Today, that's $500,000. 50,000. Mailmen make more than that.
I'm gonna make it all work out somehow, I swear.
What do you got for me?
That.
Stand up.
Why?
Because you're gonna get a beating.
Our kids go to the same school together. Tony, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just having some bad luck.
Then you shouldn't have been in that game. I don't feel bad for this guy. He's a fucking idiot. Don't get into a high-stakes poker game if you don't have money.
I talked to you.
Don't drag Artie into this.
God forgive me for saying this, but did you consider Chapter 11? I don't think Tony Soprano's gonna buy that. Tony.
Yeah. Money for Tony. You have to sell your car, get a moped. Or you can sell your kid's car. Or you can sell that car too.
I warn you and warn you, Eric. I warned you.
I didn't do anything, Mom. Eric, get in the house.
I fucking hate all of you.
You apologize right now.
Open up.
I knew it was a car.
It's a sports utility vehicle.
Did he just... Like, he didn't sell it for money, he just gave it to Tony?
This is Eric's Jeep.
Oh my god. Is this Eric Scatino's Jeep?
Yeah, but it's yours now.
It's...
His dad sold it to you?
Yeah, you know, something like that.
This is not Tony's fault, can we say that?
Like that.
A grown man made a wager. He lost. He made another one. He lost again. End of story. So take that high moral ground and go sleep in a fucking bus station if you want.
You could have handled that better. You could have sold the Jeep, bought a different car, and then Meadow would be none the wiser. Why am I always giving excuses to Tony Soprano? Jeez. It's two get-togethers right in a row. Oh, he's here too. And boy, Richie can look right at him with his eyes.
I am. I can't stop my dad from selling it.
Your dad's a fucking asshole. You know that?
This guy
He's
looks
a real
familiar
low
too.
fucking asshole.
Oh, and I suppose yours is innocent in all this?
You know what, Meadow? Fuck you. Fuck your gangster father. And fuck this.
Miss Soprano will perform a solo, singing My Heart Will Go On, the theme song from Titanic. Enjoy the show.
It's a lucky break. I wonder what happened.
Eh. I wondered too, Carm. I wondered too. German girl. Man, don't start us with German girls. She's gonna ruin everything. Ugh. And we gotta follow that.
I love to go a-wandering along the mountain track. And as I go,
Oh, it's over.
I love to sing my lamp.
It's over. Boy, that kind of just ended, didn't it? That was just like, yeah, we're done. I can't fully assign the blame to Tony for this. Because he's just doing business. He warned the T-1000 not to do it. He told him not to do it, and he did it, and now everything's gone to hell. Like, seriously, like, this really isn't... I mean, no, I don't think I can really blame Tony on this. I mean, Tony's still being an ass, yeah, but, like, he made a bet, he lost, he owes money, and this was his idea. It was his idea to sell that car, to give Tony that car as partial payment. I like how he specifically says he's gonna sell it to Pussy. It's like, wow, things are so bad that, no, like, Pussy's the good one now. I mean, it's a terrible situation, but again, it's like, this is one of those not really Tony's fault situations. And they are very rare, you know? They are very rare, but... yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. And, like, Eric... I understand Eric being pissed, but, like, what is Meadows supposed to do? You know? What is Meadows supposed to do? Well, we didn't see her perform My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic, but... I don't know, maybe it went alright. Meanwhile, there's still... there's just a peanut gallery of people that piss Tony off behind him. There's Richie, there's Janice, and there's Livia. And it's just like, it's like, you know what, I kind of understand. Again, it's like, I understand why he's angry, you know? It's one of those things where it's like, you don't really want to agree with Tony Soprano, but the three of them do piss him off. It's like, I kind of get where he's coming from, you know? It's one of those things where it's like, I agree, but something doesn't feel right about that. Like, I feel like why I shouldn't be agreeing with Tony Soprano, you know? You know, one thing about this show that I think is different from Breaking Bad or, like, Better Call Saul. One thing about this show is it's kind of difficult with this show because while all the characters are really interesting and really intriguing and, you know, it's good, they're engaging to watch, you know, there's no one in this show I can genuinely, like, root for. Like, there's no one good. There's no good people except for, like, Artie. That's it. Artie is, like, the one guy who's, like, good in this show, but he's not really a major character, you know? He's not really a major character. He shows up every so often, you know, he gets his little cameos. Sometimes he's a part of the plot, but, like, but that's kind of it. Like, he's really the only genuinely good person that's in this show, you know? Whereas with Breaking Bad, you know, I mean, like, I mean, okay, you know, I guess it depends on how you classify a good person, but, like, Jesse, I would say, in Breaking Bad, Mike, I'd say to an extent, maybe Skyler, like, maybe early Skyler, and then, like, later on, obviously, the innocence kind of goes away as she gets dragged more into what Walt is doing, but still, you know? But, like, with this show, it's like, there's no one that you can legitimately root for. I guess Meadows the other one, but Meadows is also like Artie. She's not really a major character that's involved in most of the storylines that are happening. So, that's the thing. It's like, it's really just those two, but they don't leave enough of an impact, you know? Whereas everyone else, all, like, the main, you know, plot-critical characters, like, none of them are good people, so it's like, it's hard to root for them, you know? It's a strange thing, because, like, you know, it's kind of like in Breaking Bad, where it's like, yeah, you love watching Walter White, but Walter White is a terrible person, you know? And, you know, but then you have, where you have Walt, you also have Jesse, you know? Or in Better Call Saul, where you have Jimmy, you have Kim, you know? And even that can, you know, you could debate that. Or you have Howard, or you have something else. Or you have, you know, shades of gray even with Jimmy or with Chuck, you know? So, but that's the thing about this show. It's like, and I guess Dr. Melfi too. Dr. Melfi as well, but again, it's like she's not actually a part of the major plot lines. She's literally, like, reacting to the plot lines and giving her 2 cents. She's like me, honestly. She's just like me for real. No, but, like... Anyway, so it's... I don't know. It's just, like, an interesting thing about this show. It's, like... It's almost difficult to kind of root for anyone, you know? It's like, yeah, I'm kind of with Tony, but I almost don't want to be with Tony, you know? Because Tony's not a good person, you know? So, anyway... David, the T-1000, which it is amazing. It's like, obviously this is, let's see, that was the 80s. Terminator 2 was in the 80s. This was the early 2000s. So like literally 2000, the year 2000. But they probably filmed it in like 1999, I would imagine. Maybe, I don't know. So obviously he's a little older, but I think it's honestly the black hair. I think the fact that he doesn't have black hair, like everything else I've seen him in, his hair is black, but here it's kind of brown, almost that sort of brown blonde, brown bricks. But yeah, I think that was what was throwing me off, and I kept looking. I was like, "What? Who the hell is this guy?" And it's like, "Oh, okay, it's Robert Patrick." So, so he tried to get in on the game. And he did it. He got in on the game, but now he's in trouble. I mean, just like, don't do that. Just don't. Why would you do this? I suppose it's Tony's fault for letting him in, but I don't know. I did like that that you had the Chris's 2 stooges there. I like that they were kind of helping, you know, basically being the waiters on this game. I do feel bad for the one guy though, for Silvio blowing up at him, you know, because I kept waiting. It's like, please don't let these two screw something up, you know. But that's not his screw up. That's Tony being, you know, bad judgment call, you know, bad timing on trying to sweep the stuff, you know. Don't play a game with Silvio. Like all the others were pretty chill, but Silvio, he friggin' blows up, man. And then yeah, David didn't have the money. On top of the fact that he was already short on his payments to Richie, you know? So that's a problem. And now he's just desperate. He tried to rope in Artie. Thank goodness Artie did not go for that, because that would have been terrible. Like, do not rope in Artie to your problems, you know? And then he just decided, well, we'll sell... Like, he had 3 cars. Like, he probably could have sold his own car, used the Volvo that he had in the garage, you know? Like, you get 3 cars. I know it's 3 adults, but still, it's like, there are ways around this without ruining the relationship with your son, you know? So, but he tried to do that, and hey, I guess it worked for Tony at least. Like, that did actually work. It's just that now it's, you know, driven more of a wedge between Tony and Meadow. I mean, it's like, come on, man. There were ways around this. Like, if you had gone in... If he had, like, sold the Jeep, gotten the money, and then bought a different car for around the same price as the money that he got from selling the Jeep, then Meadow would be none the wiser, you know? And Eric wouldn't be pissed at Meadow. Giving her his Jeep verbatim was kind of a dumb idea. Like, that was kind of stupid, but... So, that's the thing, is that was a dumb idea, giving her the car. But... And I feel bad for Eric, obviously, that he's being dragged. He's an innocent, like Artie. He's an innocent. And he's being dragged into these financial troubles that David has. But that's not... I don't know. A, it's not Tony's fault. B, it's not Meadow's fault. Certainly. The fact that he was so pissed at Meadow, it's like, I get you're pissed at the world, but like, the world is not Meadow. Meadow didn't do this, you know? And then there's Richie. I mean, what can I say about Richie that I haven't said every episode since he's been introduced? Richie's a problem. He's a troublemaker. He doesn't respect the authority. I like how Tony says, you know, when he's like, oh, you know, he's like, oh, you make the rules. Like, no, I don't make the rules. These are the rules that have always been there, you know? And that's true. It's like, you know, he's not respecting Tony as the boss in the way that he would have respected anyone else. He would have respected June. He would have respected anybody else who was the boss. He probably would have respected his brother. But he's not respecting Tony specifically, you know? Now, we did have that scene in his first episode. When he was talking to June, and he was like, you know, if you say this is okay, then I'll do that. But, you know, he's like, oh, I am your soldier or something. And we didn't see the rest of that conversation, so it could entirely be that this is all a plot by June, sort of destabilize Tony's regime, basically. So, and then there's, you know, Janice stoking the flames of Richie as well. It's like, oh, you know, you got $50,000. Well, back in the day when you got $50,000, that was $500,000, and it's like, oh, not quite the same. And it's like, quit fanning the flames. Why are you doing this? What do you gain out of Richie messing with Tony? Nothing. Like, is this part of the plot? Is this a part of your plot with Livia? What are you doing? What are you? So there's that. We had the revelation of Tony's other uncle, who was, I'm going to say slow. I'm going to say that. I could use the other word that was repeated. Do I got to censor that word out, I wonder? I've been censoring out, like, the C word, because, like, YouTube doesn't really like that. Do I need to censor that out, I wonder? I might need to. They say it so many times in this episode, though. It's like this was clearly 25 years ago, you know? This was a different time when that was said way more often. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I mean, hey, I remember that time. That time lasted a little while, too. It lasted through the early 2000s, I'd say. I'd say somewhere around 2010, everyone was like, let's not say this anymore, you know? So, anyway, but yeah, so that was an interesting thing. It was interesting hearing, you know, what they're talking about, like, you know, I'm trying to gather, like, what Melfi was talking about, where it's like, you know, does that now justify you coming here, you know? Like, because he says, you know, he hates all these people that they complain, they do all this stuff, and now he's one of them, you know? He's not the, you know, the strong, silent type he wanted to be. But now, you know, she's saying basically, it's like, okay, have you realized that this is just a thing, you know? This is just a thing. People do this, you know? And, you know, does this give you justification for coming here? Now that you have this within your family, does that justify? And it's an interesting idea. It's basically, like, she's not even really implying anything about it. She's just questioning. It's like, okay, are you done, you know, complaining about complaining, basically? It's like, everyone does this, Tony. Even the strong, silent types will complain to somebody, even if it's just a mirror, you know? There was it wasn't this show, was it? Was it this show? It must have been this show. Yeah, was it last episode? Yeah. It was last episode because he was talking to Hesh about, you know, like, all these great leaders, like, you know, you didn't see them bitching and complaining, you know, like Douglas MacArthur or something, and I made the comment, it's like, well, they didn't let you see that. And that's true. It's like, you don't let people see that. On, you know, to everyone else, you're the strong, silent type. But you're not always that, you know? You're not always that. And there is someone that, you know, everyone complains to someone, even if it's just their own reflection, you know? So it's like Tony's got to get this mentality out of his head and, you know, now that he's heard about his one uncle, he's heard about, you know, his dad Johnny, you know, having this sort of anxiety when he was young, and obviously alive. Now maybe he's starting to realize, you know, I mean, basically it's turning everything human, you know. He probably had this perfect vision of his family when they were young, you know. He had his dad and he had his uncle, and that is basically eroding away, you know. And even, like, you know, you could say he kind of had this view of Livia, not fully, because he always got crap from Livia, at least on, you know, in season 1, but like he still like tried to hold her up. It's like, you know, hey, that's my mother, and it's like, and Melfi has basically had to tear all that stuff down. It's like, everyone is human. Some people are good, some people are bad, but they all complain. And you can do that too. So it's like, it's an interesting thing, like watching Tony's like ideas of his own family just crumble down. I don't know what this is. I guess this is crumbling down, but you get the idea. So yeah, really, really interesting stuff, and I am curious to see where we are going from here. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.